All right, everybody, so welcome back to another episode of Colton Posey Fishing. Today we're going over the weekly fishing report. And what that is, if you're new here, every week in Alabama I break down 3 lakes in central Alabama that I fish a lot. You can kind of mimic that all around the country, but I'm located in central Alabama. So either way, I break down what the fish are doing, why they're doing it, and some baits that you can use to target those fish this week. Saves you a little bit of time when you get on the water over the weekend. So either way, stay tuned because this is something you don't want to miss. So guys, before we jump into anything, I want to say if the video helps you at all, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe down below. I got you covered every week when it comes to bass fishing. Comment if you ever have any questions, anything you want to add, or you just want to talk fishing. I love hearing from you guys. So this week it is main lake. I mean, 99% of the fish I'm catching is on the main lake. A lot of schooling bass, whether that's largemouth or spotted bass. One of the best ways that I can say to target them are the areas. Let's talk about the areas first. Main lake points, your boat docks that are shaded in the middle of the day, your bridges, your channel swings, all that stuff's going to be very, very productive. And typically when these fish start schooling, you'll know it real quick. One of the best ways to target these fish when they're schooling is going to be a top water bait. I like the Heddon Spook Junior. I go with the clear version because I have a lot of threadfin shad in my fishery. So the other bait that I want to talk about when they're schooling is very, very key, especially middle of the day when they get real finicky, and that's going to be that dart head minnow. A couple different ways I like to use that. By the way, that's a 5/16 ounce head, and then I'm using the Zoom Tiny Fluke, okay? Not the Super Fluke Junior, not the Super Fluke, Tiny Fluke, okay? I want to mimic those small threadfin shad. 3 ways I like to work it. 1, burning and pausing. Second way is just tight line. I'll throw it out there and let that line sit tight and let that bait drift back to me, and just kind of slow reel it every now and again just to keep it, you know, about the same depth in the water column. The other way I like to do it is just as I'm reeling it, I like to shake it, or either keep it in the same spot and shake it, you know, just giving that bait a little bit of an erratic action. The other one I want to talk about is bluegill colored jigs, okay? So whether you're talking about a football head jig, a casting jig, whatever kind of jig you like, ball head, doesn't matter. I like taking that jig and stroking that jig, especially early in the morning when I do not see a lot of activity on the surface, okay? That's key word. If I don't see a lot of activity on the surface, I want something below the surface. And now, using that football head jig, I'm typically not throwing that football head jig in super deep water early in the morning. I'm keeping that football head jig typically in that 2 to 8 foot range, okay? That's typically where I'm going to get 99% of my bites. When I say early morning, I'm talking about from daybreak to about 2.5 hours in. Stroking that jig, you know, scooting that jig across bottom every now and again to mix up your retrieves, but I want that bait being real erratic at times to trigger bites. So, you know, focus on your main lake points when the sun gets up, focus on your boat docks, shady channel swing, stuff like that. Your pockets that has a lot of shade in it, especially if you get some rain. We get that fresh water coming in those pockets and stuff. It's going to be a huge key. So either way, guys, if the video helps you at all and you like this kind of content, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. I got you covered every week when it comes to bass fishing. Comment if you ever have any questions, anything you want to add, or you just want to talk fishing. I love hearing from you guys. See you next time.